Journey to the unknown story. Everyone has a story. That's a pretty basic fact about human existence I think everyone would probably agree with. We all have somewhere we came from, people we've met, loved ones, or things, or moments that have been swept up into the oblivion of the past. And it's not just memories you've experienced directly that create you. It's years, maybe even decades, of history. Your history. There have been people and places far and wide interlocking, then dispersing only to interlock with someone new. Somewhere else, that have all led to the moment you were born. Everyone likes to talk about the past as if it's something forgotten, untouchable. But really, the past is all around us. It's rooted in our blood, our street corners, in the ocean's tide. Even when we look up at the stars, we see light from eons ago, because that's how long it takes to reach us. The past and the present? They are not separate entities. If anything, the present is intricately wrapped inside the past. The wrapping of the gift inside. All of these things, when woven together, make us who we are. You have to have a story, because you're not a person without one. So what does that make me? Everyone has a story, but I don't. That's why I'm here, trying to figure it out. Because, like I said, what's a person without a story? The river is silent. Even the breeze, shy as it is, makes no noise as it gently pushes on my sail, making it bubble. Maybe somewhere in the green mountainous brush beyond the birds chirp, or the deer rustle the leaves as their heads perk up upon spotting me. But I don't hear it. Everything is silent. It doesn't bother me. If anything, it helps keep me focused. Thoughts flood my head. What is the truth? I ask the silent water. Do I really want to find it? I felt like it was time to know. It was a book that told to me. Not the usual kind, with prophetic words and uplifting themes of hope and an intricately connected human existence. In fact, it wasn't even a book I found at a store. It was at Esther's apartment, in one of the boxes her mother gave her. I was helping her look through everything. This, she had told me, it connects me to them. I picked up a handkerchief, embroidered on it the words "as you are, surrounded by chrysanthemums." To who? I asked, rubbing the embroidery with my thumb. My family. My past. She pulled out a thick, brown leather book and flipped it open. Polaroids, dipped in sepia tones from age, displayed images of children riding red bicycles, outdated mustaches on men and women in long dresses with their arms draped over their family members in a kitchen. Esther held it out to show me, pointing to every image. This is my grandfather, and his father, she explained. They came to America, they had nothing. Knew nothing. Not even the language. They busted their asses. She paused, and this is them. Right here. I don't know, it might be stupid, but it's like I can feel them. When I think things are hard, I just think of what's in my blood and suddenly, I know I can handle it. It wasn't stupid. That's not stupid, I said. Not stupid at all. In fact, it was such the opposite of stupid that I couldn't stop thinking about it. How I didn't have a story, not one like Esther's. I thought about it on the walk home, in the shower, eating my damn toast in the morning. No story. No story. No past. Maybe that was why I couldn't breathe lately. I had no past relatives I could call on for strength. Actually, I didn't even know if I did. That's why I came here. The river of self, it's been called. So far, I had found nothing. Made sense. Beneath me, the waters displayed images that I don't recognize. Families eating at a dinner table. A man crossing a bridge in the pouring rain. A World War II nurse aiding an unconscious soldier in the middle of the night. All people's stories in a menagerie webbed into the very essence of the earth. All ways to stay connected to the past. This felt pointless. How was I supposed to find myself here? Looking through the maze of memory, of an infinite amount of life that has been lived and hope. Just hope, that one of them calls to me? It all felt so daunting. Alone, on this sailboat, the guide at the water's edge had told me I didn't need to learn to sail because the spirit of the water would lead me right. I wished I hadn't been so trusting of his steady voice, or the way his eyes seemed to possess 1,000 of the water's stories behind them. All I wanted to do was grab the ropes and somehow turn myself around. Instead, I listened.
Journey to the unknown story. Everyone has a story. That a pretty basic fact about human existence. I think everyone would probably agree with. We all have somewhere we came from, people we met, loved ones, or things or moments that have been swept up into the oblivion of the past. And it's not just memory you experience directly that create you. It's maybe even decades of history. Your history. There have been people and places far and wide interlocking, then dispersing only to interlock with someone new. Somewhere else that have all led to the moment you were born. Everyone like to talk about the past as if it's something forgotten, untouchable. But really, the past is so around us. It's rooted in our blood, our street corner, in the ocean tide. Even when we look up at the star, we see life from eon ago, because that's how long it takes to reach us. The past and the present, they are not separate entities. If anything, the present is intricately wrapped inside the past. The wrapping of the gift inside. All of these things when woven together, make us who we are. You have to have a story, because you're not a person without one. So what does that make me? Everyone has a story, but I don't. That's why I'm here trying to figure it out. Because, like I said, what a person without a story? The river is silent. Even the breeze, sigh as it is, make no noise as it gently pushes on me sail, making it bubble. Maybe somewhere in the green mountainous grass beyond the bird chirp or the deer rustle the leaf as their head perk up upon spotting me. But I don't hear it. Everything is silent. It doesn't bother me. If anything, it help keep me focused. Thought flood me head. What is the truth? He asked the silent water. So I really want to find it. He felt like it was time to know. It was a book that told to me, not the usual kind, with prophetic truth and uplifting theme of hope and an intricately connected human existence. In fact, it wasn't even a book I found at a store. It was at her apartment, in one of the boxes her mother gave her. He was helping her look through everything. This, she had told me, it connect me to them. He picked up a handkerchief, embroidered on it the word as you are, surrounded by chrysanthemum. To who? He asked, rubbing the embroidery with me thumb. Me family, me past. She pulled out a thick brown leather book and flipped it open. Polaroid, deep in sepia tone from it, display images of children riding red bicycle, outdated mustache on men and women in long dresses with their arms draped over their family member in a kitchen. Estee held it out to show me, pointing to every image. This is me grandfather, and his father, she explained. They came to America, they had nothing, knew nothing, not even the language, they busted their asses, she paused, and this is them. Right here, I don't know, it might be stupid, but it like I can feel them. When I think hard, I just think of what in me blood and suddenly, I know I can handle it. It wasn't stupid, that's not stupid, I said. Not stupid at all, in fact it was such the opposite of stupid that I couldn't stop thinking about it. How I didn't have a story, not one like it's her. He thought about it on the walk home in the shower, eating me damn toast in the morning. No story, no past. Maybe that was why I couldn't breathe lately. He had no past relative I could go on for strength. Actually, I didn't even know if I did. That's why I came here. The river of self is been cold. So far, I had found nothing. Made sense. Beneath me, the water display images that I don't recognize. Family eating at a dinner table. A man crossing a bridge in the pouring rain. A one higher saving an unconscious soldier in the middle of the night. All people's story in a menagerie web into the very essence of the earth. A way to stay connected to the past. This felt pointless. How was he supposed to find myself here? Looking through the maze of memory of an infinite amount of life that has been lived and hope. Just hope that one of them caught to me. It all felt so daunting. Alone on this sailboat, the guy at the water edge had told me he didn't need to learn to sail because the spirit of the water would lead me right. He wished he hadn't been so trusting of his steady voice or the way his eyes seemed to possess a thousand of the water story behind them. Oh, I wanted to just grab the rope and somehow turn myself around. Instead, he